let's see. So I'd like to talk about some other ways of doing searching for vessels. And I mentioned a bit very briefly, I mentioned about searching for searching in Google and then using WorldCat. And then I wanted to talk about searching for historical newspapers. And historical newspapers, I think, are an incredibly valuable tool in lots of the work that we want to do and looking for information about vessels. And there's this neat list in Wikipedia of archives of online newspapers. And it can be incredibly valuable if you know where you want to search and which newspapers you want to search. Now, often there's just an index. There's not full text. It looks like some things are marked with a dead link, but it's nice that they have at least marked that. What I would like to do is show you how you can use, there are many free resources here, but there are also a lot of resources that cost a bit more, but are but you can add from in a university library near you. And what I want to say is that most, not all, most university libraries, especially the state ones, welcome your coming in and using their resources. During the day, I work at a very large university library, and I work on the licenses that we sign with the companies that we are buying this content from. And at my institution, it's very important that we allow walk-ins to use these resources. A walk-in is a person who just walks in off the street. Now, the university where I work, if you haven't figured it out yet, since I'm live in Ithaca, New York, is, you might think that Cornell is a private university, but it's actually both. It's both a private university and a public university. It's the land-grant university for the state of New York, and we take our outreach goal, our outreach, our intention to offer outreach to the community at large. We take that very seriously. And you will find that it will vary from institution to institution. But if you have a large university near you, there's no reason not to call them up and say, hey, I have no connection with the university at all, but I'd like to come in. Can I come in and just use the resources that you offer? And hopefully they'll say yes. Now I'm going to go into one of the databases that we have, ProQuest Historical newspapers is a large collection, and I encourage you, small colleges are great as well. They may be great places to go. It's just the kind of the fact of life that a bigger university is going to have more resources than a small college will. Although you can also, if you've got a state library near you, and interestingly, some state libraries see serving the public as a core part of their goal, and some of them actually don't. They just serve the state, the entity of the state, not the public. So you have to see what they say, but those are opportunities as well, that where you might be able to get into something and use those resources. I didn't have to log in here because I had logged in earlier today. Normally, because I'm off campus, I'd have to log in. But when you go into the library, you can access all of these different resources, and you should be able to access them without needing to log in. Or if you do, you can ask for assistance at the reference desk, and they will most likely assist you. I'm going to try doing a search for Monongahela oiler, and I'm going to see what I can find. And I found 490 different results. These are just from historical newspapers in this one particular collection. And I'm going to show you another way of searching, and a way of searching these when you actually don't have access to these resources as well, in just a minute. But here's, so I find this one, 9 U.S. sailors hurt as fire erupts in a ship boiler room. So this is certainly not the Monongahela we saw at the beginning, not the tall ship that was being towed out of Lake Union. But this was something that happened in 1989, where an oiler that served the USS America carrier group caught on fire. Fire broke out in the boiler room, something. So that could be something that can be quite interesting and might be relevant to the sort of research that you're doing. I'm going to try something else here because someone had mentioned JSTOR, I'm going to go to JSTOR and see what we find for Monongahela. Now, one thing that I know that we'll find, so I'm looking at JSTOR now. I'm looking at the full collection of JSTOR. And if you're looking at going from home and just going to JSTOR.org, you'll be able to access some stuff, but not everything. And Monongahela is a very broad, or JSTOR is a very broad collection, all kinds of subjects. So we're going to find lots of stuff about the Monongahela River and all kinds of different things that we find in here. But some of them are recent. This is just a poem. And then some of them are much more. I'll see what I could do if I do USS Monongahela. I just don't know what I'm going to. Most impressive sight, the burning of USS Monongahela on St. Patrick's Day, 1908. Just have to wait a moment for this to appear. This is from the magazine Military Images, volume 13 from 1992. So this is also a different Monongahela than the one I showed at the very beginning. This one's not nearly as large, really, but that could be really interesting if that's something that that's the vessel that you're looking for.